Welcome CDL fans to the second segment here today in our June 22nd game day. We've got two teams about to go head-to-head from the Central Division to lead us off in this second segment. We've got the Chicago Wind Attack. 5 wins, 4 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss, 16 points in total. That puts them 4th place in the Central and 7th place in the Western Conference. As a matter of fact, they're tied for 6th place, tied for that final playoff spot with the Seattle Lumberjacks right now. They're on the road to take on the team that's currently last place in the Western Conference, in the league for that matter, the San Antonio Defenders. 2 wins, 8 losses, no ties or OT losses, 6 points in total. And but that being said, they are on a 2-game winning streak after starting the season 0-8. Can they keep the momentum going? We're about to find that out right here and right now. Let's get a look at the lineups. Starting for the Chicago Wind Attack is R, followed by Red Detta at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Hot Indy in that 5-point gainer. It's going to be Blue Dragon. To the home side of the field, Shell leads the way for the San Antonio Defenders. Following him out there is going to be Aqua Ferrari at the captain spot. It's going to be Far Future. And at 5-point gainer is Hawkeye for the Defenders. Hawkeye and Red Detta, former teammates on the Denver Mustangs earlier in the season, but a trade was had a couple of days before the final trade deadline, about a week before. Matter of fact, their second start with the team, and look at this Shell. Off to a good start. I think he was the one that shut out this team the last time, but he gets taken down here. So 5-0 Chicago. It won't be another shutout for San Antonio this time. Chicago jumping out to the early lead. Whoa, that time we had a great shot, but no contact is being granted. It's being counted as a bad roll. Both cars back to their own side. Still 5-0 Chicago. They'll go at it again. Are staying up. And yet again, another good shot. Aqua Ferrari, definitely the heavier of the two cars, sends R out of play that time. So out of play there, still 5-0. Wind Attack in the lead, and he wasn't supposed to go through the mesh, but he did. It will count as an out of play. He must have found some kind of little mini hole there. Had to restaple that down. Now Renji did get into the mesh, which he does. He's a cat. And he might have tore a hole in there. Might have tore a hole just big enough for the car to slip through. But that being said, out of play he went. So the score, still 5-0 in favor of Chicago. Match continues. As R stays up that time, and out of play goes R. So the points hard to come by in this Central Division showdown. So we still got a 5-0 game. And that time out of play goes R, who would have had the 10-0 lead. But going out of play, that saves Aqua Ferrari. Still a 5-0 game. R gets knocked back, but staying low to the ground. That spin cycle maneuver comes into effect. You can keep your 4 wheels low. Keeping your wheels on the ground, I mean, I guess that's a rule of thumb for any motorsport, I suppose. And it applies here in the CDL. Keep your wheels on the ground. You don't get airborne too much. Now, yes, we've had a couple of interferences, but the car's still up, and that time, no contact. He was not flipped. He was, but he was not officially flipped. No contact. They'll go at it again. Still 5-0. There needs to be clear contact. So that time we had an interference. Raising contact will count. If they catch enough of each other, just determine that. R making contact with his teammates there. It wasn't interference, but both cars still up. They still keep rolling. And out of play goes R. Still 5-0. The score has not changed. We got a good match here between these two teams, both Jim Bull Seniors teams. They continue to battle. Aqua Ferrari and R having it out here. Good defense on the end of R. But that being said, good offensive skills by Aqua Ferrari to deliver strong hits, but still stay relatively stable, which he is doing that very well. R handling the edge well enough, and this time R with a good flip. Aqua Ferrari could not get the edge to go right for him there. And we've got a 10-0 game after a long, hard-fought battle. 10-0 the score. So that now brings out our future, who's trying to keep San Antonio in this game. Are trying to get the perfect payback. Donuts served for dinner. Welcome to the bakery. Chicago returns the favor to San Antonio. The defenders shut them out when they were on the road in Chicago. Now Chicago on the road against San Antonio. They get the shutout win in return. 15-0. The wind attack top the defenders, and not just top the defenders, but hey, maybe they can take that final playoff spot away from Seattle. Seattle's got to play against Toronto later on. It's should be a great matchup. It's our main event of this whole entire game day, as a matter of fact. In case you're wondering, both Toronto and Seattle, league-operated teams. So, anyways, yeah, FYI, right? So coming up next, though, we got the Tampa Bay Gators home against the Washington Patriots. Washington got the shutout just a week ago, and that's when they were home. Now Tampa Bay will be home. Will Washington be able to reproduce another shutout, or will Tampa Bay get some revenge? Find out next. Welcome back, CDL fans. Second game on the second segment, about to go down. Atlantic Division Showdown. The Washington Patriots on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Gators. So, Washington, a league-operated team, coming into this game with a record of 3 wins, 6 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Has them with 10 points in the standings, currently 11th place out of the 12 teams in the Eastern Conference. And at the very least, they're going to stay that way because Atlanta took a loss earlier. But they are trying to get another win, another upset win against the defending world champion Tampa Bay Gators, who are stunningly, halfway through the season, just hitting the 500 mark. 5 wins, 5 losses, no ties or OT losses, 15 points in total, and currently right now in a tie for that 6th and final playoff seed in the Eastern Conference. So a big game for Brandon Kuma's Tampa Bay Gators as they look to get some revenge on Washington, and of course they want to get above that 500 mark in pursuit of yet another playoff spot. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Starting with the visiting side, it's Gratitude leading the way for the Washington Patriots, followed by Orange Chevelle. At the captain spot, the car that did all the damage the last game, No Fear, and at 5-point gainer, the rookie Hyper Finn. To the home side of the field, the same squad that you know so well, same one that won a Crash Bowl last year. It's sitting at 5-5. It's Ratified, though, leading the way for them here today, last year's playoff MVP. At the middleman spot, Purple Fire. At the captain spot, it's going to be 47 Ronin, and that 5-point gainer is Battle. So, the Gators at home, looking for some revenge against the Patriots. Here we go. Oh, what a move. Gratitude able to stay up. This time they'll switch sides. Full car staying up yet again on a great shot. And no doubt about it right there, Ratified gets the flip on Gratitude. Say that 5 times fast. 5-0 the score. How about that? I'm trying not to rhyme. I'm really happy. Anyway, so 5-0 the score. Tampa Bay on top. Orange Chevelle now out there, taking on Ratified, and make it 10-0. Ratified's on a roll today. Talk about returning the favor, but here's the car that did all the damage last time. No Fear now on the field for Washington, trying to get them back in this game. He went 3-0 against the Gators just a week ago. Can he do it again? Both cars able to stay up, and now switching sides as they continue this fight. And what a fight it is between these two. And donuts served for dinner. Revenge served so sweetly under the hot Florida sun. Oh, you know, if it was real life. But yeah, Tampa Bay, why not? We'll roll with it. Under the fictional hot Florida sun. Actually, in Buffalo, New York, it's pretty cloudy today. But yeah, we got some blue skies poking through. 15-0 the final score. Donuts served for dinner in this one. And Brandon Kuma getting some revenge against the Washington Patriots in shutout fashion. And is that the third? Yes, the third shutout today. Are we going to have as many as we did just a week ago? Perhaps we will. Coming up next, though, Should be a fun match to watch. The Buffalo Warriors on the road to take on the San Francisco Shinobis. Could get fairly interesting. It's coming up next. Welcome back, CDL fans, to the second half of the second segment, and that also means we are starting the second half of this June 22nd game day. We've got our first cross-conference battle of the day on the field right now. The Buffalo Warriors on the visiting side set to take on the San Francisco Shinobis, while the Gators' other squad here at home today, just like her Montreal Saints were. Of course, Saints came away with a tie against Gowanda, and her other team's playing the other Western New York team, oddly enough. But that's just the way the schedule fell into place. But let's get a look at the lineups for both sides. Starting with the visiting side, the Buffalo Warriors, 4 wins, 5 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. Folks, a league-operated team. Currently with 13 points in the standings, they were in a 3-way tie with Puerto Rico and Montreal for that 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Montreal picked up 2 points, so now Buffalo trying to pick up 3 and get ahead. That being said, the San Francisco Shinobis, a rough year for them so far. 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 tie, 1 overtime loss, 9 points in total, and that has them at 10th place in the Western Conference, but of course Nevada getting a win earlier moved them a point ahead in the meantime. So big game for San Francisco. Of course, there's a long way to go in the season here as we are now in the second half of it. But now is definitely the time to pick it up. Let's get a look at the lines. It's Yellow Custom leading the way for Buffalo, followed by what at the middleman spot? Tyrell has the 5-point, or the captain spot, my bad, and that 5-point gainer here. This is the 5-point gainer spot. I know what I'm talking about. That's Toy Soldier for the Buffalo Warriors. To the home side, Lila Geyser's San Francisco Shinobis lead the way with Blue 512. Following him out there is going to be Zapper. In the captain spot, it's Spectite Jr., and at 5-point gainer is the rookie Clipron. So both teams set and ready to go. Game is about to be on. It is on, and out of play goes Yellow Custom. So out of play he went. That saves Blue 512. Still a scoreless game. We continue, and Blue 512 with a good flip. 5-0 Shinobis in the lead. As that now brings out what for the Warriors, and what will even this game up at 5 apiece. So just like that, an even game as that now brings out Zapper for the Shinobis, and both cars are down. We are tied at 10. The defense couldn't kick in there for what, and we are all evened up at 10 apiece. So that now brings out offense versus defense. Tyrell, low front end, aerodynamic style of offense, and the defensive styles of Spectite Jr. Here they go, and both cars able to stay up there. Switching sides now. Out of play goes Spectite Jr. All 4 wheels off the crochet part of the field. Is that right? This is a crochet. Anyways, whatever. We continue. Still 10-10 after the out of play. They go at it. Spectite Jr. staying up, as does Tyrell. Oh, what a move by Spectite Jr. Again, able to stay alive. And yet again. And look at this great defense being played by Spectite Jr. as he hangs on yet again, trying to get Tyrell off balance, and has the flip on Tyrell. Who says defense can't work on a hard field? Shinobis taking the lead. 15-10 the score, but now the defense coming out for the Buffalo Warriors from their 5-point gainer spot. It's Toy Soldier trying to force overtime. Not gonna happen. That flip came quick and sends this game to its conclusion. 15-10 the final. The Shinobis at home getting the win over the Buffalo Warriors. A huge win for San Francisco, and a very tough loss for Buffalo to take. Just to think this team was making it all the way to the Crash Bowl, winning the Eastern Conference title just 3 seasons ago. 2018 Eastern Conference champs. They broke the Southtown curse, and now they're struggling with 4-6, 0-1 now with that loss right there. 15-10 the final. Shinobis getting the win over the Warriors, and coming up next, it's the main event, if you will, of our second segment. So the conclusion of our second segment, another cross-conference showdown. But instead of a Northeast versus Pacific, it's going to be the Central hosting the Atlantic. So we got the Puerto Rico Playas on the road to take on the Denver Mustangs. The Denver Mustangs, plural, folks. It's coming up next. Stay tuned. The time has come, CDL fans, new and old, to bring the second segment of our three-segment game day to a close. So, we got the Puerto Rico Playas. 4 wins, 5 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. 13 points on the standings, and with the opportunity now to break that 3-way tie. Now, Montreal got 2 points in the tie. Buffalo didn't get anything in their loss. So the Playas can come out of this with 16 points. Looking kind of pretty, get that little bit of an advantage. But they are on the road against the Denver Mustangs. Denver not too shabby this year. Now, granted, only 5 wins, so they got a 500 record, 5 wins, but 3 of their losses came in overtime. And boy, doesn't 5-2-0-3 look a heck of a lot better than 5-5. But that being said, the Denver Mustangs, because of that, they have 18 points in the standings and are currently 5th place in the Western Conference, and of course trying to hang on to their playoff spot. The league-operated team, folks, has been trying to mimic the Tampa Bay Gators. Well, 5 wins, 10 games in, dead on to what Tampa Bay's done this year. But they've done it a little bit better, actually, to be said, with 3 of those games going into overtime. We'll see how they do in game number 11 here, taking on one of Brandon's rivals, Alex Johnson. Let's get a look at Alex's Puerto Rico Playas lineup. Could it be their last year as Puerto Rico Playas? Could it be the Pittsburgh Playas next year? I don't know. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. We'll have to see. Sub-Zero leads the way for the Puerto Rico Playas, followed by Rowdy at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Raditude Jr., and at 5-point gainer is Blue BMW. And yes, Raditude Jr. is a rookie this season. So 4-5-0-1 so far. Not a bad rookie year so far. To the home side, we got Purple Custo leading the way for the Denver Mustangs, followed by Golden Rat at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Highlight, and at 5-point gainer is Who for the Denver Mustangs. So Playas and Mustangs both ready to go. Game is on. Both cars staying up. And to play that side as it was flat. And now again, both cars staying alive. Back to their own sides they go. And Purple Custo is down 5-0 Puerto Rico in the lead. So the Playas on top as that brings out Golden Rat. And, yes, his bottom side is touching the edge of the field, so he's still up because we play that little slip edge there as if it is flat. So he's still in this game. Still a 5-0 score. Playas on top. Not anymore. That time, no disputing it. As we see there, Sub-Zero is down, so Golden Rat evens this game up at 5 as that brings out Rowdy for the Playas. He's a smash mouth card, about 63 grams heavy, and out of play goes Raditude, or Golden Rat. Out of play he went. So, still 5-5. Raditude Jr. waiting in the wings here for the Playas if he's needed. I think Alex Johnson's hoping he won't be needed. That's the plan, right? Good smash mouth hits here, heavy hard shots. And Golden Rat is staying low and level to the ground as you could want him to be. So he continues to battle through with Rowdy, trying to get him off balance. And Rowdy staying low and gets the flip right there. Sometimes it takes a few shots, but the heavyweight cars will get a defensive car off balance. Of course, Golden Rat kind of falls into that kind of neutral territory, if you will, to where he's kind of good no matter kind of what, but I'd say because he's the same model as Ratified. So, but he goes down that time. 10-5, Playas in the lead. Rowdy going for the win against the defensive sides of Highlight. Highlight able to stay up that time. So they continue to go at it. Could be a good match, and Rowdy is down. Highlight outlasting them. Getting the flip is Highlight, and we are tied at 10. That brings out Raditude Jr. now, the rookie, set to take on the veteran here. They go at it the first time, second time, do a barrel roll. He's able to stay up. Highlight staying in it. Yet again, both cars able to stay alive. Do another barrel roll. Highlight hanging in there. Highlight still up after all this. Ratu Jr. still up too, but he's had the better offensive chances. The rookie, can he outlast the veteran in this battle? Both cars are going to end up down. Highlight was trying to roll back over, but not enough roll left in the tank, if you will. 15-15, Denver and Puerto Rico going to overtime. So that's going to be the second overtime game of the day, which means another $10 donated to both the charities that we're doing this season. We've got the Animal Cancer Foundation and St. Jude's. So for every game that goes to overtime, $5 being donated to both of those charities. And to their cancer research as the CDL tries to take cancer to overtime. So, heading to overtime between the Playas and the Mustangs, all even at 15. Blue BMW there for the Playas, and it's who out there for the Mustangs. Here we go. Both cars stay up, and they'll keep their own sides. They'll go at it yet again. And this time it's over. Blue BMW is down. Who gets the flip? 20-15 is the final, and overtime, as Rick Jenrette would say. And this game has come to its close. The Denver Mustangs getting the win in OT over the Puerto Rico Playas, and the Playas only able to escape with the point. So, man, that's really interesting because Montreal gets the best out of that three-way tie by picking up 2 points. Puerto Rico gets 1 point from the OT loss, and Buffalo got nothing there. So we got a situation where it's 15, 14, and 13, and the points where it's going to be that way. I'm going to have fun doing the stands. I like that number stuff kind of. I don't know. Kind of weird like that. We got a 20-15 win there for the Mustangs to bring our second segment to a close. Coming up next, we're going to have the other two, cross-conference matchups. But we're going to begin the third segment with the Northeast Division Showdown, the classic rivalry in all of sports. It's New York on the road against Boston. So yeah, the Vandals hosting the Empire. And then we're going to have the Miami Brawlers on the road to take on the Detroit Devils. At one time, the Devils and the Brawlers were actually Northern Division rivals. Back when the league was 42 teams large. We were extra thick. Anyways, then right before our main event, we got Brandon Kuma's other team, is Mexico City Jaguars, hosting the Houston Oilers in a Central Division showdown. And then finally, our main event, two league op teams, the Toronto Titans on the road against the Seattle Lumberjacks. Cross-conference showdown. Should be very fun to watch those two teams go at it. I'm anticipating that one. 6th place in the West, hosting the 3rd place team. I think it was a 4th place team in the East. So it should be really fun, to say the least. That being said, it's all going to be on the third segment, so you're going to have to keep an eye out for it because it will be coming. Matter of fact, subscribe and get the notifications if you're into it. So, yeah, no doubt. Until then, get something to eat, get something to drink, stay hydrated. It's hot out. Well, in some places it's got to be, right? And if it's raining where you're at, I don't know, put on a sweater. Peace. We'll see you.